I'm trying to show him the bow. Oh, I'm sorry, you got your period.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a new segment we're starting on my channel called I Like to Bake. I'm not always very good at it, but I'm not that bad. So I'm gonna bake something. Episode 1. So, every time we do this, I'm gonna bake something different. My sister Jordan is going to join us momentarily, and she's going to give us our baking challenge. This was inspired by the Great British Bake Off, which is, of course, one of my favorite programs. So, every time we do one of these, my sister Jordan is going to give me a different challenge. She's going to pick what I bake. I have absolutely no say in what I bake. Gonna be making stuff I've never made before, stuff I don't know how to make. And I'm sure we're gonna have some foils. So come along on the ride, and hopefully at the end of this, we will have an edible baked good. Also, quick note, if you are familiar with my channel, you'll know that I am vegan, I am plant-based, but often when I bake, I do use eggs. So I will never use any dairy products, but I do use real eggs. I get my eggs from a sustainable farm, from a happy farm, where the chickens run free and live long, long lives and are treated very, very well. So I will be using eggs. That's the tea. You got a problem with it? I don't really care. So let's welcome my sister Jordan. Every time we do this, she's gonna get me a different surprise apron. I have not
Surprise!
I have not seen this apron. I don't know what it has on it, but I assume it will be horrible. So show me today's apron.
Okay, can I show the camera first?
Yeah.
Okay, don't look.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but I'm scared. I like my butt.
I like my butt rubbed and my pork pulled.
I'm upset!
If you see this gal, give her pork a pull. I'm gonna tie it in a nice dainty bow.
No, thank you. It's a little too big.
It's for a male body.
It's for a daddy.
individual. Yeah, it's for a daddy.
Well, I feel beautiful. I can't believe I have to wear this the whole time. I hate it.
Best idea I've ever had.
I hate it.
Anyway,
Okay, tell me my baking challenge.
for this week's baking challenge, you'll be making a cherry pie with this and that and this and that and a thing that comes out to be a cherry pie.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
The judges will leave. Now. Thank you. Well, this is horrible. All right, let's get started. First, reading over the recipe, I definitely think this could go horribly wrong. And I will link the recipe in the Dropbox, so if you want to check out the recipe I'm making. There are several different kinds of sugar being used. I don't have any of them. So we're just gonna use cane sugar every time it says a kind of sugar. So that could go really bad. I'm also a little bit concerned because I don't have corn flour. I do have cornstarch. The internet was a little bit ambiguous as to if I can use cornstarch instead of corn flour. So hopefully it's okay. So those are the substitutions I'm making. Somewhat questionable, but let's just go with the flow, play it fast and loose, see how it shakes out. Step 1, make the pastry. Everything in this recipe is in grams, which is a deep problem. I do not have a scale. Jordan, do you have a scale?
Yeah.
A food scale?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, so disaster averted. Jordan had a food scale. So we have a food scale. I take back everything I said. We can do grams. 300 grams of flour. This takes me back to science class. Does anybody feel the same way? You know, like measuring out grams and shit? I haven't done that since school. Ugh, math. Okay, little bit more. Oh God, I hope I'm not doing this horribly wrong. All right, 300 grams of flour. It says to sift the flour into a bowl. Sifting. Beautiful. Now it says to add the cubed butter and then using my fingertips, rub the butter into the flour until the mixture resembles fine breadcrumbs. All right, we've got a vegan butter here. How much butter? 175 grams of butter. Scooping out some butter, Scoop it a doop doop. Scoop. Cubed butter. Sorry for the violence. Now we have to use our little fingy tips to rub the butter into the flour until it looks like breadcrumbs. Removing my ring. That's just too much to deal with. Ugh. Oh, I hate it. Venus, I hate it. I know it's upsetting. It doesn't feel nice. Yeah, it's upsetting. It's making you upset? She's upset. Gotta keep going until it looks like breadcrumbs. Keep it going. Yes, I know, it's upsetting. Maybe one of these times I'll bake you a pie. You want me to bake you a pie, girl? I'm so uncomfortable. Beanie, I'm already uncomfortable. I don't need you yelling at me. You send me a bark, I send you a kiss. So what do you say to that? I'm making a mess. Okay, she looks breadcrumby for sure. Looks breadcrumby. Just shake my hand. Just shake my hand. Next, we add the sugar. This is one of the points where I don't have the right sugar. It says icing sugar. I went to 3 different grocery stores and could find nothing of the sort. Ugh, it's under my nail. Now, we do the sugar. And if anyone knows, like, a good place to get, like, kooky baking supplies, like rarer flours, rarer sugars, things like that, definitely let me know in the comments, because if I'm going to be continuing to do this, I gotta be able to find these things. And I looked so hard. I couldn't find any castor sugar either, which we're gonna need later, but I don't have it. Okay, how much sugar? 40 grams of icing sugar. That's way too much. Close. 40, okay. We're supposed to sift this also. All right, we have sifted the sugar into the flour and the butter. Mix it up. She's mixed. We'll put her to the side and we'll grab a smaller bowl. And in this smaller bowl, we're going to do the egg yolk, 3 tablespoons of cold water, and the vanilla together. I'm gonna stick this water in the freezer for a couple minutes so it can be ice cold. So let's do the egg yolk. And we're supposed to keep the egg white, so be careful. I have not separated an egg in a while, so be kind. Don't watch. I did pretty good. Pretty good, let me tell you. Lovely. We keep the eggshells for witchy purposes. Put them over here. clean as you go. I did run out of butter right at the end and needed a few more grams, so I added a little bit of coconut oil. If we don't tell the pie, then it should work. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1 teaspoon. Have you guys seen that video of that girl using I think it's a teaspoon or a tablespoon, and she goes 1 TSP? Have you seen that? It makes me upset. Like, girl, it's a teaspoon. Okay, our water has cooled down, so let's add the water. Okay, 2 to 3 teaspoons. 2 to 3. 3 to 4 tablespoons. Woo! 1. 2. 3. We'll start with 3. See if we need to add a 4th. We whisk. Drizzle the egg mixture over the flour mixture mix with a table knife until the dough starts to come together. Add more water if needed. Table knife. Drizzle, drizzle. More of a splash than a drizzle. We live a chaotic life. This definitely seems plenty moist. It's not very dry. So I don't think we need any more water. I'm just gonna stick with the 3 tablespoons. What now? Tip out the dough onto a lightly floured work surface and knead it until smooth. Let's get a work surface popping. Friendly reminder to recycle. Okay, let's flour our work surface. Now we tip it out. Okay, and now we knead. It just says to knead until smooth, so I'm not gonna knead it too much. I don't wanna overwork her. I freaking hate this apron. I am a vegan wearing an apron about pulled pork. Send help. Okay, divide the dough into 2 unequal pieces of 1/3 and 2/3. 1/3 and 2/3. Let's see if we can't eyeball this. I think that seems pretty good. 1/3, 2/3. Living on the edge. Roll out the larger piece of dough on one of the lightly floured baking sheets to a 25 centimeter diameter circle. Rolling pin. Let's look up how big 25 centimeters is. I'm American. So I realized it says to do it directly on the lightly floured baking sheet. So we're doing it on the baking sheet now. Really wish I had a flat baking sheet, but unfortunately I do not. So this is gonna be the struggle of a lifetime. I did end up using my hands a little bit, simply because I cannot fit the rolling pan in there because the baking sheet isn't flat. So hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass. Then it says to chill for 15 minutes. So let's put her in the fridge. Beautiful. Okay. What's next? Roll out the smaller piece of dough on the other floured baking sheet to make a 20 centimeter square. So a little bit smaller than the other one. Here's our little fella. I have 2 cats at my feet. They're both wondering what I'm doing. They love hanging out in the kitchen. Okay, there's the second one. Chill for 15 minutes. In the fridge she goes. Okay, those are both chilling in the fridge. Now we're supposed to preheat the oven to 425 degrees. Place a baking sheet on the middle shelf to heat up with the oven. How we looking? Covered in flour. Now we make the filling. We have to drain the cherries. This recipe says to use frozen cherries, so I defrosted them earlier. It says to defrost them and drain them. So let's do that now. Cool, we'll measure out our cherries on our food scale right here. A lot of cherry juice, a lot of cherry juice. Hi, Glenn. Glenn, can we get a meow? Meow! Glenny, meow! Glenny, meow! I have dirty hands, Glenny. I would pet you if I could, girl. How you doing, Glenny? Glenny, do you want to be in the video? Glenny, meow! Glenny, meow! Meow! 600 grams of frozen cherries. Perfect, 600 grams. Okay, so we're supposed to mix the cherries with the corn flour and the sugar in a bowl. And then stir in the cherry jam. I got some cherry juice on the floor. Another big bowl. Okay, cherries. Dumped. Gorgeous. Okay, corn flour. We're gonna use the cornstarch and we're gonna pray that it doesn't ruin anything. We only need 3 tablespoons of the corn flour starch. 3. And then, what else does this need? Sugar. This is where we're supposed to use castor sugar, and I don't have any, and I couldn't find any. So we're gonna use what we got. Get our cane sugar out, because it's the best option we have. 75 grams of sugar. Little bit more. A little bit too much. A little bit too much. Perfect, 75 grams. Boop, in the bowl. Give her a mix, mix her good. I hope at the end of this I get to eat something delicious. And it's not a worthless failure. You know, if we fail, we will have learned. It's about the journey. Okay, now we add the cherry jam. How much cherry jam? 200 grams, okay. She's preheated. We're gonna use this because it's what I got. A lot of my bowls are dirty right now. We need 200 grams of the cherry jam. Yes, I just did an OCD behavior with the jar. Welcome to my channel. We're neurodivergent. And we stir in this cherry jam. Stir, stir, stir. Get in the bowl. This looks scary, like blood and guts. Just saying. I've been watching too many murder documentaries. She is all mixed. Now what? Now the butter for the filling, it says to cut the butter into tiny pieces and set aside. And because we ran out of butter, I'm gonna use some more coconut oil. So hopefully that's okay. Oh, our chilling is done. Hopefully they're okay. Because I will cry. Hopefully using coconut oil doesn't ruin everything. Please and thank you. I can't believe I'm still wearing this apron. Okay. Glenny's standing behind the camera. Are you my director? Cinematographer? You're doing a great job. You're so cute. I am a beautiful woman. Very smart, beautiful woman. Regal, fancy, queen, God. That's you. Now we use the chilled circle pastry to line the tart tin. Okay, let's get our tart tin. Recycle. So this is a 20 centimeter tart tin. And we take the big fella, put him here. Okay, moment of truth, we gotta take that pastry off the baking sheet and I'm scared. Okay, I gotta pick it up now. I'm really scared. Oh my god, I just feel like it's just gonna flake off into pieces. It's literally just falling apart. I truly don't know how I'm supposed to transfer this. It's just falling to pieces. I'm just gonna go crazy, like buck wild. That was bad, I know it's bad. Oh, it completely fell apart. Oh man. This is not a place where we give up, it's a place where we persevere. So we're gonna try to piece it back together like a friggin' psychopath. Here's how I'm gonna attempt to fix this. I'm gonna very chaotically smush it all back together again. And then I'm gonna put it in the tart tin. And I'm gonna form it right in there. If you're an actual baker, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you have to go through this. Also, feel free to tell me why that happened in the comments, please, please. This is so chaotic. Who needs recipes? We don't need those. What's a recipe? If this turns out okay, I'm the luckiest person on the planet. Because I certainly didn't do any of this right. Mr. Paul Hollywood would be very upset right now. Okay, we're almost done with our chaotic reshaping of this crust. We don't do anything nice and easy. What's the point of doing things right? That's the question I pose to you all, gentle viewers. You know what? This will just give the pie character, you know? Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. You don't gotta be perfect. Here is my foolish pie crust. Pour the cherry filling into the pastry. Pouring. This is so fun. I've never made a fruit pie before. I've only ever made like pumpkin pie, chocolate pies, you know, peanut butter pies. Never made a fruity. Not sure why. All right. She's got beautiful filling in her. Now comes for the artsy part. It says to add the little pieces of butter throughout. Coconut oil might be a questionable choice also, but you know, living on the edge, living like Larry. I just really don't get why they're not staying together at all. Like, please tell me if you know. Like, I'm gonna have to do the same thing I did with the other one and just pull it up off the thing and then reshape it, because chilling it did nothing. Oh, I hope at the end of this we have a pie. I really don't know how I'm gonna do this top part when this crust is so flimsy. Okay, so it says to cut these strips in a little bit less than an inch width. So let's just go for it. Chaotic. That's our motto of the day, chaos. She's not gonna be beautiful. Let me just tell you right now. It's looking kind of sad, but you know, we're doing our best. Working with what we got. You know, sometimes you just gotta make it work any way you can, even if it's not correct. She's just unique. She's just special. She's just like one of a kind. Like, what's the point of a correct looking pie? You tell me. Yeah, we're not gonna be weaving this. We're just gonna do straight up this way, this way. That's how it's going, folks. It's honestly a miracle I'm even able to do this part. Let alone the weaving. Oh, Gretel's here. You're not supposed to be on the counter. Get off, you little cutie. Gretel's just watching me. Oh my god, you're so cute. So I have finished doing the crust. It is questionable at best, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Now we take this egg white that we saved earlier and we're going to brush the egg white over the crust. Got flour on my nose. Bake the tart on the preheated baking tray for 15 minutes. Moment of truth. Bless us. Please bless us. 15 minutes. While we wait, we clean. Woo! We've cleaned, and I'm hot. It's very hot in here. Now we're supposed to reduce the oven temperature to 350 degrees and bake it for another 25 minutes. Okay, now we wait. I have the pie.
What? It's beautiful. Wow. I realize this means I'm gonna have a pie to eat later. That hadn't even occurred to me.
I let her cool a little bit, and then hopefully when we try to cut it, it'll be a thing.
Buddy, this was supposed to be, you were supposed to fail.
I might have, and I definitely did. Great British who off? Great British me off. All right, so I did it.
She did it. Maybe.
I gotta lift it out of the thing.
It looks lit.
This is a
Oh
test.
boy, oh boy. Oh my god, I feel like Paul Hollywood.
He's here, I can feel his presence.
I'm sure he'd have something to critique, but
Oh no, I didn't weave
that
it.
was-
I couldn't weave it.
that was miraculous.
Wow, it stayed
You got
together.
crumbs everywhere.
I'll clean it, buddy. Wish I
This
got
guy.
this. I'm scared.
Oh my god, with confidence and gusto.
It's stayed together.
It's got it.
It's stayed together. It's a pie.
It's a pie.
It's a pie.
It's a pie. Wow, it's a pretty good pie.
Let's try this little piece. I figure
Shitting
it's-
on the pie server, make this shit official. Don't embarrass me.
Okay, it's the moment. Taste it.
Oh my god, I'm scared. Oh no.
You probably can't do it that way.
I'm having a crisis.
Woo!
I've never had a cherry pie before.
Me neither.
I mean, I'm eating it.
I'm eating. Glad you want some
I
piece.
want it. I mean, I'm enjoying myself.
I like it.
I don't know what Paul Hollywood would say.
Really sweet.
Tart, they say.
Yeah.
I feel like
eat it.
Paul Hollywood would say
Little bit of
something
ice
about the
cream.
crust.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's good.
But I knew there was something wrong with it because it wouldn't hold together.
I wonder what it is.
I
Maybe
know.
it's just your sugar crisis.
Maybe it's the fact that I didn't have any kooky sugars.
But it's really good. I'm continuing to eat it. And will continue to eat it.
Yes, same. Thanks for the challenge, buddy.
Thank you. For the pie.
For the pie. And the journey.
And the journey.
But thanks for watching. Subscribe or don't or whatever.
It's a free country in theory.
Yeah.
In practice, questionable.
Here's this. Glenn. Meow.
I don't know, man, because I'm like continuing to eat it.
It's pretty good.